You gave everything. You gave your loyalty, your love, your effort, your unconditional care, support, your empathy. And still the narcissist discarded you. They didn't leave you because you were not good enough or you were lacking in some way. They left you because they realized you are no longer easy to control and you cannot be manipulated anymore. The discard wasn't personal. It was predictable, a pattern that they follow in every relationship. And yes, maybe you know that, but it still hurts like hell. Hello everyone, I'm Namita Purohit. I help high achieving men and women build their executive presence, lead from the inside out, and break free from emotionally toxic narcissistic relationships using Eastern wisdom and Western psychology. And today we're going to unpack something deeply confusing. Why do narcissists discard you? And what it actually means about them, and it has nothing to do with you. Now you may feel that you've been abandoned or confused even while they were with you and you were in a relationship with them. And you kept giving, you had the overgiver syndrome, you kept giving, fixing, adjusting, and hoping that with your love, things will get better. And hoping they'd stay, hoping they'd see your worth. And then one day, they just flipped completely. No goodbye, no explanation. Just a cold, cold cut, a split. Just coldness, disinterest, and maybe even rage. And your life was filled with silence. All of a sudden. No more chaos from the narcissist, no more of anything, no more of you trying to please them, no more of any relationship, no more of being able to connect with them or contact them. And your mind filled the gaps in that silence. You kept asking yourself, was I too needy? Did I ask too much? Was I too emotional? Was I not good enough? And I'd like you to pause there. The pain is real. But the story you're telling yourself might be false. Why does a narcissist discard you? They discard you the moment you stop playing their game. When you stop admiring them blindly, and when they know that you know everything about them, when they know that you can see through them, when you ask for reciprocity in the relationship, for your needs being met, for time with them, for a good couple's night out together. And when you finally say enough, these are the times when they discard you. And this is not your fault. These are normal things to expect and ask for in relationships. But the narcissist kept you starving, kept you pleading, not giving it to you because they were enjoying your chase. But when you stopped doing that and when you started seeing through them and asking them and challenging them, which is again normal in a relationship and you don't need to feel guilty about that, they discarded you. Why? Because they need total control and they know that they can't control you anymore. You don't suit the pattern that they're looking for, the pattern of a vulnerable person who can be abused, who can be pushed around, and who, because of their very empathic heart, will always look within and think about fixing themselves in order to keep the relationship going and in order to keep the emotional balance in the room. So they punish you by disappearing. No closure, no goodbye. Just silence that screams to you, you never mattered. And it feels like a heavy, heavy emotional whiplash, and you just keep wondering, was this relationship even real? Did you imagine the love? Was this whole thing a dream? Is something wrong with you? And you're emotionally disturbed, you're missing them. And you're missing the possibility that one day things could be okay and you could have their love and a beautiful family and a beautiful relationship. But it doesn't happen. And let me say this very gently but firmly. Their discard has nothing to do with your worth. You're not the one who's broken. You're not the one who needs fixing. Yes, in a way we all need fixing, but when a narcissist discards you, it has nothing that you need to fix in yourself. There's no indication of that. It's all about them because they're just looking to use and throw, and they realize that you're not usable and throwable anymore. Maybe over the years of abuse, you become very tired and you become very sick, and you're no longer able and capable to meet their needs. That's another time when they leave you, because they broke you by how they dealt with you. And now that you're broken, they're not there to care for you. Having a relationship with a narcissist can actually make you very sick. And they leave you when you become sick, and they call it your problem. And they take you to the doctor that, oh, she's sick or he's sick, but they don't fix why you were sick, why you became sick. So again, saying this very gently and firmly, their discard is not your worth. It has nothing to do with how good or bad you are. It is everything to do with their pattern. They leave when they know you can't be that A-grade supply that you were earlier, right? The A-grade supply, because you've been a high achiever, you've always done things really well, you've always taken things to heart, you're a perfectionist, you're always looking at how do you keep things together, how do you make things happen, how do you do more even when you don't have the time and capacity because you think that would bring some love. But they know that you won't do that anymore because you've seen too much, or you're tired and you're sick. So you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. You were just trying to love someone who's manipulative and who's incapable of receiving love and giving love without being in a place of power. For them, there is no love. It's all about power, and it's all about using. They choose people who don't need them and who'll do everything to keep them. And once they see that you're not doing everything to keep them and you are expressing your needs, they leave. And now is the moment to rebuild yourself and your life. And I'm not just talking about rebuilding your life as you're alone, or rebuilding your life by healing from this discard and that abuse that has happened, but I'm talking about rebuilding your sense of self, your own sense of value in how you see yourself. Because that is at the core of us being vulnerable to their toxic patterns and abuse. Because after the discard will come the smear campaign. After the smear campaign can come the they can even hoover you back once they've left you, right? And you're not doing this healing for them or to become again a great supply for them. This rebuilding of sense of self that I'm talking about is so that you don't fall victim to the smear campaign, you don't fall victim to the hoovering, and you build your sense of self in such a way that you're strong, you are self-partnered, you're self-loving, and it's not just about, oh, I can deal with the narcissist again, but it's really from this place you rebuild your life, and you build a powerful life where you're happy with yourself, and you're coming from a space of completeness to life. All the things that life is demanding out of you, all the successes, all the aspirations that you want, and to whichever relationship you go into next. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, the wise do not grieve for the living or the dead. Now, for us to reach that stage, we first need to grieve for the relationship that was not there. Grieve for the relationship that's lost. Heal our emotions. And once we've acknowledged what has happened to us at a material level, and we've healed ourselves of that pain, then we can go to the spiritual level that Krishna is talking about. Because then you can truly access that spiritual wisdom and follow it in your life. So that's your work now. To stop waiting for them to see your value and to start seeing your value yourself. To understand yourself, to love yourself, to nurture yourself, to take care of yourself. And you're not going to get closure with their apology, because their apology has no meaning, or you're not going to get closure by them coming back or by them seeing who you are. But you're going to get that closure by giving yourself permission to move forward in spite of them, and to believe in your own worth, in your own light, and in your own future. And what I'd like you to know is their discard is not your failure. It was their strategy, and they do that in every relationship. It has nothing to do with you. You didn't lose their love, but you got saved from the manipulation, the years and years of manipulation. And you now have the opportunity to rebuild, but not from wanting their validation, but from your own knowing and loving yourself and in divine connection with the Lord and seeing yourself from the Lord's point of view. So you want to start by naming what happened, that, hey, this was a control tactic. This is their pattern. This is what they do to everybody. Yes, I didn't see through it. Yes, I'm angry with myself. I'm angry with them. I'm sad. I'm so upset. I wasted time. And I don't have, the possibility of a happy family again that I was trying to build with them. You want to remind yourself daily that I was never too much. I was never too needy. I was doing the right things and I did everything to keep the relationship together. And it's natural for me to ask for reciprocation in a relationship, ask for a sense of connection, intimacy in the relationship. You want to practice confidence even when nobody is giving you any validation, nobody is giving you any approval, nobody is giving you any appreciation. You want to build that confidence from the inside out. And you want to stay anchored in your truth, because they're going to run a smear campaign. They're going to say all kinds of nasty things for you, about you. And you don't need their approval. And these are tough things to do, and I get that, because when I was recovering from the shock of a discard is when I realized my mentor, was helping me. My spiritual mentor was helping me, and I was in so much shock. And he kept telling me that you need to build yourself, you need to take care of yourself, and you have allowed this abuse to happen. And it is very upsetting, very difficult to listen to, very, I didn't feel good, because I was needing someone to hold me, someone to care for me in that moment. But I told my spiritual mentor that I really understand what you're saying, because I'm not there yet to understand that I can build myself and, all of that you're saying, to build myself, to be there for myself, to be self-partnered, and to see myself in connection with the divine. I really need to heal this pain. And as I heal this pain, I think things are going to get clearer for me, and I will be able to do what you're telling me to do. And if I could do it, you can do it too. But I had a lot of support of various types, of a lot of professional support and a lot of guidance. And apart from the spiritual mentoring, I had a lot of professional support and coaching that I got from various people. And I signed up for those services myself. So I do understand it takes a lot to rebuild life after emotional abuse, and you don't have to do it alone. Whatever I did to help myself heal from this and to come back solid and strong, alive and kicking, healed and whole, growing and glowing, I am here to help you with my Heal Strong program to do that. So you can start with my free guide on the 15 traits of toxic narcissistic abuse. It's going to help you spot the signs and also break free from the self-blame. It's a very beautiful guide that I have created with a lot of reflective questions, where I explain those signs, and then you have a reflective question for each sign. So it's just so beautiful in its own self. And for those of you who are ready and who really want to, start their process and start their recovery process and healing process, because you have certain aspirations for yourself, you want to make an impact, you want to leave a legacy, you want to do some wonderful things, and you have felt that relationship actually bogged you down, pulled you down so much that you lost out on all the career success, leadership or business success or life success that you wanted to have. So you could apply for one-on-one coaching with me or Team Ease. And you're going to have some suggestions on what videos you can watch next, which is one is how to break free from self-blame after narcissistic abuse, or you could dive into the full playlist on Heal Strong from Toxic Narcissistic Abuse. So thank you. This is Namita Purohit signing off, and I pray that you don't blame yourself for the discard and this video has got some clarity for you. Thank you and bye-bye.